1. Your relationship with others is a direct reflection of your relationship with yourself. If you treat yourself poorly, then you will unconsciously seek out and tolerate others who treat you poorly as well. If you treat yourself with dignity and respect, then you will only tolerate others who treat you with dignity and respect too. Number 2, the only way to feel better about yourself is to do things worth feeling good about. Respect is earned, not given. Number 3, the only failure is not trying. The only rejection is not asking. The only mistake is not risking anything. Success and failure are fuzzy concepts that only exist in your mind before you do something, not after. After the fact, everything will be a mixture of both. The only real failure is doing nothing. Number 4, no one is coming to save you. No single thing will solve all your problems. No goal, no achievement, no relationship. No one will ever fix you. You will always feel mildly inadequate and somewhat dissatisfied with your life. Nothing is wrong with you for feeling this way. On the contrary, it might be the most normal thing about you. Number 5, be the partner you want to have. If you want a healthy and fit partner, then be healthy and fit yourself. If you want a loyal and trustworthy partner, then be loyal and trustworthy yourself. To put it another way, would you date you? And the most sexy and exciting things in life are the opposite. They start out extremely fun, but then have intense diminishing returns. When you're young, these things distract you and occupy a lot of your time and attention. This applies to social media, casual sex, drugs and alcohol, video games, gambling, vacation. The first time is incredible. The second time is almost as good, but then it's all downhill from there. Well, if you're not turning down things that excite you, then you're not focused enough on something that matters. Our world is overflowing with stimulation and opportunity. If you aren't struggling to turn down options, then you haven't correctly prioritized what matters to you. Number 9, taking responsibility for all of your problems alleviates more suffering than it creates. Most people assume that if you take responsibility for all the pain in your life, then you will just feel worse about it. But the opposite is actually true. The more responsibility you take, the more you empower yourself to actually do something about that pain. That's because, number 10, you give power to who you blame. When you blame someone else for your problems, you are giving them power over you. You are allowing them to define and dictate your happiness and well-being. Number 11, if you have to tell someone you're that, then you're not that. A rich man doesn't feel a need to show people he's rich. A smart man doesn't feel a need to tell people he's smart. A confident person doesn't have to show people that he's confident. He just is. Don't say it. Be it. Number 12, motivation is not the cause of action, but the effect. If you want to feel motivated to do something, take the smallest action towards doing it, then let the momentum carry you forward. Number 13, love is not the cause of commitment, but the effect. You don't wait until you have a perfect relationship to commit to a person. You commit to the person in order to create the perfect relationship. 14, passion is not the cause of good work, but the effect. You don't wait until you find something you love doing. You learn to do something well, and the process of developing competency and agency then causes you to become passionate about it. Where's my paint thinner? Number 15, the person you marry is the person you fight with. The house you buy is the house you repair. The dream job you take is the job you stress over. Everything comes with an inherent sacrifice to it. Whatever makes us feel good will inevitably also make us feel bad. Number 16, a happy life is not a life without stress. It's a life of meaningful stress. Number 17, don't view exercise as an exchange for something. You don't work out to lose a few pounds or earn that hamburger and ice cream. With this mindset, you will lose motivation quickly and quit. Instead, view exercise as an investment. For every unit of energy you put in, you will receive multiple units of energy back. The catch is that these units of energy you get back will be spread out over weeks, months, and years. This is why exercising hardcore occasionally is far inferior than exercising a little bit every day. Okay, so here's a bonus thing that I kind of knew at 20, but I definitely know at 40, and that is meditation makes everything else in life easier. Number 18, trust people. Most of them are good, and while you might get hurt or embarrassed sometimes, the alternative is just way worse. Number 19, there's no such thing as a life without problems. Warren Buffett has money problems, a homeless guy has money problems. Buffett's money problems are way more desirable than the homeless guy's. Problems don't just disappear. They get exchanged and upgraded for better problems as you grow and evolve. The solution to today's problem will be the seed of tomorrow's. Number 20, growth is rarely accompanied by joy and celebration. On the contrary, growth is usually painful to some degree. That's because growth requires loss. A loss of your old values, your old behaviors, your old loves, your old identity. Change always has a component of grief to it, so be sure to let yourself grieve. Number 21, statistically speaking, a normal person is physically unhealthy, emotionally anxious and depressed, socially lonely, and financially in debt. 22, if you can't say no, then your yeses mean nothing. We are defined by what we give up, what we sacrifice, and what we reject. If you sacrifice nothing and reject nothing, then you have no identity. You are merely a reflection of the preferences and demands of the people around you. In other words, if you don't decide who you are, other people will decide for you. Number 23, be careful how you define yourself. Your identity is a self-constructed mental prison, confining you to a life of desperately seeking and finding things to validate whatever you've chosen to become. Define yourself as loosely and ambiguously as possible. You will feel less defensive towards the world and be willing to change when it's necessary. Number 24, don't make assumptions about people. Don't make assumptions about yourself either. The last person we're objective about is ourselves. Number 25, no one thinks about you as much as you think about yourself. Whatever you are insecure about, chances are 99% of people around you haven't even noticed it. This is because everybody else is too busy thinking about themselves. This may strike you as a little bit depressing, but it's actually liberating. It means that you are judged far less than you think. Number 26, confidence does not come from an expectation of success. It comes from a comfort with failure. 30, extraordinary results come from repeating ordinary actions over an unordinary amount of time. Any overnight success is secretly the result of quietly working in obscurity for years, if not decades. Number 31, choosing a partner is not about romance. You're also choosing a confidant, a counselor, career advisor, therapist, investor, teacher, travel buddy, roommate, best friend, business partner. And no, I'm not saying you should make your partner be all these things. I'm saying whether you want to or not, your partner is gonna become all of these things. That's what a relationship is. So choose estimate romantic love. Love doesn't fix relationship problems. It doesn't make trust issues go away. The truth is, love can harm as much as it heals. It's an amplifier. It makes a good relationship better and a bad relationship much worse. Don't get me wrong, love is great. I mean, love is beautiful when it works right. But for a healthy relationship, by itself, love is not enough. Number 33, trust is the currency of all relationships. Every good relationship is built off the back of years of trust. Every failed relationship fails because of broken trust. Therefore, honesty and integrity are the backbones of a life of healthy relationships, and therefore